I want to bring in now former Deputy ICE Director, now Ohio congressional candidate, Madison Sheahan. Madison, welcome to the show. Listen, we have heard a lot from the leaders there in Minnesota, so I want to get everybody to listen to this really quickly.
We have ICE agents throughout our city and throughout our state who, along with Border Control, are creating chaos.
Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution.
All right, well, you now have Governor Walz, Madison, who's saying, oh, maybe the temperature needs to be turned down. But sort of in the same breath, he's also calling on people to record ICE agents at every turn. And according to DHS, you know, ICE agents have seen an increase in vehicular attacks, in assaults, in death threats. So tell us what it's like for these men and women on the ground in Minneapolis. And by the way, where is the outrage for the victims of these criminal illegal aliens, Madison?
Well, look, the law enforcement officers at ICE are the bravest in the country. They go out every single day and they arrest gang members, murderers, and rapists. They work every day to clean up the mess left by the Biden administration. And that's what our officers do. And when people like Governor Walz choose to put forth this harmful rhetoric that the Democrats continue to have, we're seeing this all over the country. And that's exactly why I'm running for Congress, because the same Democrats that have voted for years to support immigration law are now saying the very laws that the men and women of ICE that are enforcing is wrong, and they shouldn't be doing that. And my opponent, Marcy Kaptur, is one of those people who's been in Congress for over 4 decades voting for the immigration laws that she now says ICE officers shouldn't be enforcing.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people were sad to hear your resignation as the deputy ICE director. You did a great job, but in doing so, you launched your congressional run there in Ohio. So give me an idea. Obviously, you're talking specifically about these immigration issues, but what initially motivated you to make this run, and what other issues do you think you want to address there for the state of Ohio?
Well, look, I'm an America First fighter. I want to be able to support President Trump and his agenda to be able to move it through Congress. And we need more fighters in Congress that work with President Trump to be able to get the job done. And this district has somebody in Congress for 43 years who have neglected them. And I'm ready to be home to fight for where I grew up and the hardworking people of Northwest Ohio to be able to get this job done for them.
Well, your opponent has actually served in Congress for more than 4 decades. And her campaign says the following: voters are tired of the self-dealing corruption and culture of lawlessness they've seen over the last year. They want a leader focused on affordability and real results. And Marty Kaptur consistently works across the aisle to deliver both. Madison, what is your response to that?
Well, look, President Trump has been a fighter for the American people. This is a district that voted for him overwhelmingly, and I'm excited to be able to take the America First agenda to Congress, to be able to fight for him and fight with him in Congress. And Marcy Kaptur has done a terrible job and should be out of a job. You know, if you run a business, you don't get to keep doing your job when you do a poor job. And it's time for the voters of Northwest Ohio to have an option that can actually beat her and be able to get to Congress and fight for them, because they're the ones who are working hard, whether it's in the industries in Toledo, Ohio, whether it's at the Jeep plant in Toledo, Ohio. They're out working every single day to put food on their table and to talk kitchen table politics. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, Madison, congrats on a job well done at ICE. Obviously, we will be watching your congressional run very closely, and good luck with everything. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.